Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode on Laid Back the Rosinga podcast. And today we'll be talking about free speech. With me here, I have Ferdinand. Hello, Ferdinand.
Hey, Renzo, it was good, my brother. It's been a while we did this. Nice to have you back.
Yeah.
Nice to be back here, man.
Welcome back again. This is your second time on the show now.
Yep. We could do this a whole lot
Yeah.
more.
So
Let's see how it goes, man. I kind of enjoyed the first
exactly,
one. Anyways, I think we didn't finish that podcast.
yeah,
We kind
we
of
didn't because
we didn't finish that
I
podcast. It kind
remember.
of, it got. I think we had a network issue, so it got short. It got cut short abruptly, and we didn't round it
Yeah.
off. So, but I think we had enough for you to still put out. But so hopefully this one is better.
At least put out there, because I remember someone listening to this and the person was like, I didn't want it to finish. Why did you guys stop? So it's good that we're actually doing another one now to actually, because we can continue where we left things. So today we're going to talk about free speech, and recently Elon Musk actually proposed to, and he said it's very easy to make sure that everybody has free speech and everybody can actually say what they want. What do you think about that?
First of all, I feel like my take might come off a little biased because I am an advocate for free speech, and I'll argue on that based on my experiences that I've had on free
Yeah.
speech. As you know, probably my account on Twitter, Promise Tiger. Probably a little notorious account. That is popular to an extent. So I've had a whole lot of audio I've had a whole lot of run-ins with Twitter and their terms and conditions. I guess maybe I've probably violated it a lot in my quest to be myself, to speak my mind. In as much as I speak my mind, and in as much as I have this thirst to say how I feel about stuff, because it helps me to decongest. It helps me to be less mad at the world. It helps me to be less aggravated. It helps me to carry things in my mind. So it feels like Twitter is my public diary for things I want to share publicly, or not necessarily privately, not necessarily the private part, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
So when you go there and you say certain things without trying to offend anybody, and somehow people find ways to be offended and go report you, and Twitter reviews it, and they see that you violated it, and it's based on reports, not necessarily based on if you actually really violated it or not. You understand? Yeah, I think they have a certain number of people that report you, and they take it up and feel like they have to suspend you. And like they start with a warning, then with further violations you get suspended and it becomes permanent and stuff like that. Or it depends on the violation too. You might get suspended straight up, or or you get stuff like that. So to me, my argument is, who is in charge of what is information and misinformation? You understand? Who defines what is misinformation? That's the problem. So if you say like there's a whole lot of things about when free speech is a broad topic, it includes bullying online. You understand? It includes defamation. You understand? It includes you look at all the negative parts too. You understand? It includes the truth. It includes lies. It includes agenda. You understand? It includes a whole lot of things. You understand? Do you want all that in an ecosystem? Do you need all that for an ecosystem to thrive? Or do you think part of this in an ecosystem is dangerous? And who defines what is dangerous and what is not dangerous?
Yeah.
Do we leave it to the government? Do we leave it to private corporations? Do we leave it to individuals to say, oh, this is, so who can I trust? Who is objective enough to tell me what?
But it's a very tricky question. It's a very tricky question because in as much as you want people to have free speech, this is what I think anyway. In as much as we want people to have free speech to say whatever they want and how they feel on the internet, there's this. I don't know if you saw this. There's this skit they did on the Daily Show. This guy's show, the South African comedian, I can't remember, it's Trevor Noah.
Yep.
And they kept on saying that Twitter is a very viral place where people are always fighting. They are always angry. and it's true. Because the thing I'm trying to say here is there are certain tweets, for example, you put out that are so malicious, or maybe it will make somebody, maybe let's say the person is tweeting about killing a member of his family or anybody's per se. I think that kind of tweet should be reported. You see what I mean? So I don't really support free speech in that, but that person just tweeting about maiming people on all these nefarious acts.
Okay, now, let's there's always rules and regulations everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's always the laws of every country has their own individual laws, you understand?
Yeah.
Which also includes free speech, you understand? And I feel like every individual country can actually apply their own free speech to every social media they want, not the social media actually dictating what is free speech or not.
Yeah.
It's only the government that should be able to say, okay, this is illegal, or the police of that country that could say, I'm inviting you because you said something like this. That is enough to impede, or that is enough to actually discourage people from being idiots online when the necessary law enforcement do their jobs with like, if you give me people, like, I think that's the price that we have to pay again, is the government stepping up.
Yeah.
If we're going to take if we're going to take the power back from Twitter, you understand, to suspend people at their own discretion, you understand, we'll have to give somebody that power to do that, you understand, because you can't let people run amok. I agree. If you allow humans run amok, they're going to be there will be all these vile groups of human beings which we know are all in existence in our daily societies regardless.
True.
There will be other people out there that will be using social media in a malicious way, so there has to be a way to deal with them, because I've heard like certain other people that were suspended from Twitter went to all these new social media and they form group where they are literally attacking and bullying and going in all this alt-right and alt-left, you understand, and attacking each other badly, forming their own tribes and communities out there, so there has to be something has to give. And I feel like every individual countries should actually take to regulate what they want to be on the social media, what is, probably make policies. Hey, this is things that you can say, anything you say to the people on social media is against the law, then the government can actually report you to social media. They can take you off of the whatever platform that is.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying about free speech is that I just want that power to not be on the social media. You understand? Like, government is not government. Of course, government will definitely be biased because
but I understand what you're trying to say. But at the end of the day, no matter what you do per se, no matter what you do per se, like, and I keep saying this. I know I sound like a broken record now, but I feel human beings like three particular things that they even if they lie about it, it's something that I found that human beings love a lot. You see, power. So even if you don't give the power is one of them. Even if you don't give the power to the government to actually checkmate whatever is happening, because the government wants to put everybody in their place, I get that. That's fine. If you give the power to the people will also become so malicious towards each other. Do you know that as well? They'll form a mob. Maybe let's say you do something, and this section of the mob or people or friends, whatever, they click on Twitter, and I don't like what
that they don't want you. It happened to me, and they still do it today.
Now they have the power.
They have the power now. They still have the power. That's why I'm saying, if that power goes off of the people's hands, maybe somebody has to take reins of these things. That means we have to give it to the government, which is actually the legal people to give it to, even though they will use it to their own advantage, definitely. But something has to give. But it is best to take it off of these corporations, take it off of their hands, because I feel like initially when they took Trump off of Twitter, I feel like Trump was a little unhinged at that point when they took him. But at the long run, when I scrutinized that whole situation, that was the most dangerous antecedent that we allowed happen.
Yeah.
You understand? Who is a private listen to be able to suspend, respect the office of the American government, the president of America. Without this America, the day here, there won't be a Twitter without America.
True. But okay, for example, I understand what you're trying to say, and
knowing that you have that power over the like I feel like it's just dangerous. Like it is dangerous, right? Like okay, now who is in Twitter that is regulating these things? I'll tell you who is in Twitter regulating these things. It includes some of their interns, some of these young workers, 21, 22, 23 years old,
Yeah.
Probably kids that just came from American universities, that already had ideologies, Marxist ideologies, planted in them from universities, you understand? That already came out there being woke already. They already leaned to the far right or leaned to the far left already.
Yeah.
So they go out on Twitter there, they're employed there, they actually have their own, I'm not accusing them of having agendas already, that's their intent, but like their tolerance for certain things are lesser, you understand? They are not necessarily kids. They are going to be emotional about stuff. They're sensitive too. So blocking you or sorry, like suspending you is no. So I don't think that I'm comfortable giving that power to people that because most of the blocking and suspensions are automated. Then when it gets to when you review them, these are handled by people, employees.
Yeah. Okay.
And a lot of people have complained, A lot of people have complained, like, and right now, as it is right now, most of the social media applications are like, you have a lot of their staffs being from the left. You understand? Most of them are Democrats, basically.
Yeah.
I don't want to go political in this podcast, basically, but like, you can literally see now the agenda going on. Go on.
Yeah, but that's another problem as well, because I feel this is how I feel. I know, like I said, there should be a way to regulate this, because just like you said, if human beings are left unregulated, they'll run amok. Is the truth. But still, there's some okay, for example, let's say two of us they banter. If I know I can banter you, I should be able to take it as well. This is what I mean. But that's the problem. So where do you draw the line? Because some people can actually say stupid things to other people and call it free speech. You see what I mean? But they can't take it back. And once you reply them, next thing they report you, and then you get blocked everywhere.
That is where it gets dangerous. You understand why you can't let people have this power? You see, you
exactly.
like your argument supporting you are supporting my argument right now. That's why you can't let people have power, because people are too emotional. You understand?
I agree because you see, power, like I keep saying it, power is a problem. A lot of human beings, especially, and once they get a little bit of power, maybe they've been weak all their lives, maybe they're not used to being heard, they're not used to leading, once they get power, they will do worse. And you see it all over social media. Once they see that, I have this power to actually make Ferdinand lose his job, I have this power to make this person lose his family.
Bro, let me tell you what Twitter has done. Like, I feel like a lot of human deficiencies when we get as people, the weakest of us became the most powerful of us with social media. You understand?
True.
You know what? Because the society, this dynamics of society really, really changed now, because like before we were this hunter-gatherer society where it takes bronze and not too much brains to survive now, you understand? But now we have progressed to the point where it takes brains, not bronze, to survive, you understand? So, evolution has made the weaker man, you understand, become like mentally strong. No, not mentally strong. If you are like a little intelligent, more manipulative, like a little more evil, but you are weaker physically, you can actually be the strongest man, hiding behind your keypad. If you understand, if you can use technology pretty good.
Yeah.
You are even with everybody, you are par with everybody, you can make as much money, you can do whatever, so you are good, basically. So now
Yeah.
power comes behind that small screen that you call the internet, you understand? Like I cannot literally
Yeah.
see this person and punch them in the face or handle them like a man that I am. The only way to get
Yeah.
them is via, let me send an email to their workplace because they offended me on the internet, because they said something to me that offended me on the internet. I am malicious. Yes,
Exactly.
like, this is me. They thought you like, I am malicious enough to want to destroy someone's life because they said something that hurts my feelings, or they are in support of an ideology that I'm not in support of, you understand? Or they say something to somebody else that, I mean, that is bad enough that you can actually literally ruin somebody's means of livelihood from the internet. Now, kicking people off the internet because you don't support what they support is actually dangerous. You understand?
Very
That is
dangerous. I agree.
that is the issue. But then I feel like when you are kicking people off the internet, what you do then is create echo chambers. You understand? Like amongst the people that are even still there.
Yeah.
You understand? Now I am scared. Now I'm
Yeah.
looking at, wow, the reason why this person was kicked off. I actually am a proponent of that same ideology. You understand? I support that same cause. So if I mention the same thing now, they're going to kick me off too. Okay, that is not healthy. I feel like I don't feel safe here no more. Do you understand? You now put me in this box where I
Yeah.
don't trust you. I don't trust anybody. Also, like, we're creating more division with what we're doing instead of like creating unity. And another thing is, if me and you let me speak, I see your mind. You understand? I know who to avoid. I know who to report to the
Yeah.
police. Do you understand?
Yeah.
If you kick me off, I go away and I still go and continue committing my atrocities in the real world. I'm not on the internet anymore. It doesn't make outside there safer. Having everybody talk on the internet actually makes out there safer.
Yeah.
Because now people are saying their intentions. You know how people feel. You know who to avoid. You know who to actually be able to report to the authorities if you find their tweets kind of like dangerous and stuff. Do you understand? So if
Yeah.
yeah,
But still, when it comes to tweeting, yeah, I feel like a lot of people they've understood that is a playground, so they try as much as, okay. For example, you must have seen this thing. There are certain men, for example, when they see that, would I call them white knights or whatever it's called? Like when they see
Captain Save a Hole. Captain Save a Hole. That's what they call them.
Yeah, they put out tweets to make sure that they come across as the nicest people. You see what I mean? But
Virtue signaling at its finest.
Exactly. So sometimes I feel like social media is because it's not just like somebody could be tweeting. Okay, for example, let's say your tweet could come off as offensive to someone else.
Bro, those people are like. Those people are like, I'm not going to say there are exceptions, but there are a few people like them. There are few people that are actually vile, that come out vile, that open accounts and be vile, and you see them being vile. And I feel like I like to see people being vile. I mean, I like to see them like, the enemy I know is better than the angel I don't know. Do you understand? Like, I see you're vile, I profile you already, I judge you already because you already said your intentions. Let me tell you something. That whole concept of I'm not my Twitter, I do not believe it. You understand?
That's a lie.
A burner account is your true representation. That's who you are. You understand? Whatever you're doing in your burner account, that's who you are. I don't care. Don't tell me like you're using it to just be a clown, or you're using it to do whatever you're doing with it is who you are.
Yeah.
These people, we're not random human beings. We apportion our times as human beings. You understand? And what you apportion your time to go and do, you intentionally put your time to do is what you are.
True.
Because we're innately selfish. So when you start apportioning your time to do crap shit, you're a crap shit human being. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
And until people start doing that introspection, we cannot be better as human beings. You understand? But hey, people who are not, bro. Since the history of man, there's never been a time where we've had perfect people. So we can never be perfect. We can never have good human beings.
No. Nobody's perfect. But all I'm trying to say is still, I understand what you mean that you are your tweets. But all I'm trying to say is, we're still saying the same thing. There are people who are actually you know this. There are people you meet. They come across as nicest people, but deep down they are plotting evil. Bad as evil for you. So they put that to sound so charismatic and nice. You see what I mean? So everyone will say, "Oh, this one, no, this one is a nice person." But maybe you put out this, you're being realistic. You say it as it is. Everybody will say, "Oh, the Ferdinand is the devil." You see what I mean? But whereas it's the opposite. But the other person will be so charismatic, cracking jokes.
And you know why those people get away. You know why those people get away with it? Because they don't know them. You know. Yeah. They do all that shit to lure people into their trap. I see through this crap. You understand? They do it to lure all these weak-minded people into that. Like, you cannot see. I can see through a tweet. You understand? I can see through crap, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not like I don't get third eye or something, but I've been here long enough, gathered enough experience to see through crap.
Yeah.
You understand? And you see a pattern, and every time it's always the same result. You understand? You see one cycle, it's always the same result.
It doesn't change. It doesn't change. It doesn't change. And the listener, normally the ones I notice the pattern, I withdraw. But to the other person, it always sounds as if, oh, why is Arenza withdrawing so suddenly? Is it go there as if you're on the beat? But no, it's because you've already seen the pattern and you know how it's going to end. So you remove yourself from the equation on time. There's no need.
It's always safe to excuse yourself on time. Make people more. We begin to look out for ourselves. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen anyway. So, but still, that brings us to the same thing. So, if Elon Musk is saying free speech that's why he wants to buy Twitter, which is cool. But how do you, like you said, how do you checkmate this thing? Who are you going to give this power to actually checkmate and say? Okay.
Let me give you an insight into something, right? That I noticed with Elon Musk, right? Yeah. Elon Musk might just be a freaking this is my decriing him moment. Everybody should forgive me. You understand? He might just be a freaking genius. Yeah. Because he's about to solve one problem that people don't understand the magnitude of that problem, and that problem is those automated bots. You understand?
Yeah.
Bro, you don't understand the impact of bots in the society, on our internet. In fact, on the internet, in the internet as a whole, you don't understand. Not even only on social media, on the internet as a whole, you don't understand what the bots are capable of doing. You understand? Bro, do you understand that all this social media outrage that is happening right now from nowhere, all this shit is all basically internet warfare, you understand, on people, waging warfare on the people, you understand, with bots, you understand. These people have AIs. You've heard about the Internet Research Agency before now, this Russian Internet Research Agency. In 2016 that they were implicated in the election, you understand, So it's better in influencing the election, So now you have people out there like that. You have plenty troll farms in all this. They said there's a country that is notorious for having troll farm. I think it's Macedonia, or one of these little countries in Eastern Europe. You understand? They have troll farms that they said they had the most. They were in charge of the biggest 19, in fact, the 20 biggest Christian social media networks on Facebook. It was troll farms that were controlling 19, that owned 19 of them.
Yeah.
You understand? Wow. So now imagine how much agenda they can start. Imagine how much outrage they can start. I also heard one story about them causing two. They started one. They started a social media, a social media with an hashtag. They started a social media rally that they will gather together and go do. I think I'm going to give an example of what it might be about, but I don't know exactly what it is right now. But I'll tell you. I'll just give an example. Say they gave they brought say gay rights activists to go and and protest in a particular place, right? They now set up another people that are pro anti-gay activists opposite them.
Yeah.
That they set up like, hey, you guys meet up here, you guys gather yourselves together, we are meeting up here to protest. You now set up another people there, gather here opposite them, address, and they didn't know, and they got there and met each other with placards, you understand?
Yeah.
So you see how they actually generated a conflict from social media.
Yeah.
So this is how these things play out. Go on.
But you know this thing you mentioned, the boats. Yes, you're right, because I know this is totally different, but it's still similar and different from both. I saw a tweet the other day, and it said, someone tweeted and said, like, people actually pay to be on Forbes list. Yeah.
Yep.
So
that I might understand actually.
So understand the point I'm trying to make. Like, I didn't know that, and I'm sure there are 1,001 people like me out there who didn't know that some people actually pay to be on those on that.
I actually read that. I read that article, and I kind of understood why people would do it.
No, I understand but the point I'm trying to make is just seeing people on that list has actually made put a lot of young people, like, to be on Forbes list under 30, put a lot of people under stress and pressure to be there. Do you see what I mean? And that's the same thing the boys actually do right now. They try as much as possible to create tension, and then people are so agitated, and then they start fighting each other.
You understand?
Like I said, it's not the same, but I'm just trying to put it in the same context. But all I'm trying to say
and the outrage, like the outrage that we all go out there every day and see and start. Some of this outrage are just generated by bots. You understand?
Of course, because
plenty of this sensitive topics. You just see one bot, just start one topic, but somebody quotes it.
I say it all the time, because, for example, every time you go on Nigerian Twitter space, they're always talking about just ask yourself, is this thing healthy? Why can't they talk about something else? Why are you guys?
You know why? Sometimes, bro, go on. Sorry, go on.
No. All I'm trying to say is, I understand that if people fight here and there, but if it is always a topic, for example, today they might talk about cooking, they'll talk about this. It's like, and you notice that it's something they end up repeating the same thing over and over and over again. It's as if they're trying as much as possible to create drama all the time, so people keep on fighting. What I'm trying to say is, mentally, it's not healthy.
Some of these things are subconsciously happening. You know why they're subconsciously happening? It's not like they know that they go there. Let me tell you something. The algorithm actually contributes a whole lot to this shit, right?
Yeah.
The algorithm contributes a whole lot to this shit, because what happens is you go out there, let me tell you, all these social media companies, they see the algorithm, and I think they know, like, the topics that generates, like, they have I think I read it somewhere, I heard about it on the podcast. They have a meter that measures, like, negativity, what generates more attention, negative to positive. They see, like, it leans more to negativity, generates more content and generates more interactions than positive subjects, you understand? So your algorithm, whatever you and what are these social media companies, what are they competing for? Our attention. That is the currency, our attention. The more you are there, the more they are making money. You understand? You are seeing ads that you are, they are taking out ads, because these companies can afford to now pay them a whole lot more. Like, the more you are there, so all of them are fighting for your attention. So while you are there, so they put these things in your face that keeps you there. Whatever you interact with more, they put it in your face, so it keeps you there. So if you're the type that goes there and interact with plenty political topics, right? Everything that comes to your face, you see why they suggest to you who to follow, right? What topic, because you interacted with this topic, what topic they're suggesting for you to interact with, you understand? All these things are for them. Like, we are wired. You think you are just angry because you want to be angry? You're angry because the algorithm and the bots out there are keeping you angry.
True.
We don't know how much control we have. We think we're all this free thing. We are not free thinking anymore, and how dangerous this thing is to the society. That's what I'm saying. We don't know how much Elon Musk will do for us if you can take the bots away. You understand? If you take the bots away, people start thinking for themselves to an extent, and actually there should be a little moral compass with these people. You understand? Like when it comes to how you are fighting for people's attention, what extent can you go to? You understand? What are you doing by actually showing them negativity every time just so they can interact, so you can make money? You know, like there's like if people would go to any length to make money, you understand? This is a business for Twitter. Fuck what you feel. It's business. Yeah, I'm sure Elon Musk is trying to monetize it, but I think he's trying to monetize it in a way that, listen, I don't need to go to the back doors, you understand?
Yeah.
I don't need to sign a deal with the devil just so I can have money. Elon Musk probably might even want to say, I will charge people £1 or $1, you understand, a month, if you know what. I don't know, I'm just saying. And if that is the the price when I'll get to pay, just like get rid of bots, you understand? Hey, I'll do that.
Yeah, and the truth is, because Twitter is free, you are right, he may end up commercializing Twitter to the point that a lot of people will find it hard to actually just log on and just tweet anything. If when they think about paying subscription, you have a problem.
Bro, when you think about how much am I paying here every month, why am I coming here to talk nonsense every month? You know, is it I won't face my business, or I just want to, like I'm using it because now people that are here now have sense. You understand?
Yeah. You have a maybe that's the part he wants. That's the part he wants to take, but he doesn't want to say it because I think that's the only way to checkmate a lot of things. Because once a lot of people see, oh, I have to pay for this thing, they'll be like, why do I have to come on Twitter and just tweet nonsense? And they don't have to be there all the time. You see what I mean? It will reduce number of nonsense tweets and bots as well.
Yep. Which kind of makes sense. Like, listen, bro. I mean, I feel like Elon Musk buying Twitter makes sense. It does make sense. It makes sense because there's this free speech when they talk. Like, listen, let people talk. Let people talk. If you don't let people talk, you are going to create echo chambers. What they said, Elon Musk was the other day tweeted about Truth Social being the most downloaded, the most listened on Play Store, on Apple Store. Like he's doing better than he has more. He get more rating than Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. Truth Social. Truth Social. The Truth Social is an app when Trump, like, is the app that Donald Trump is in right now. It's a social media app. Yep. Okay. So it feels like.
I was about to bring that up because Trump has his own issues, but I don't like the way he was cornered. I think he was pushing to a corner because a lot of people were against him. I think it's okay to allow him to have free speech and say whatever he wants to say, but the way he was Facebook trying
the crazy part. Go on.
I don't think that was right for Twitter, Facebook, everybody to gang up against him and then ban him. I don't think that was right.
Because all of them, I'm telling you that all of them were working for the Democratic Party to make sure Biden won the election. Then
I agree. Because
a lot of things that if you talked about, then they were going to suspend you, bro. If you go and start talking too much about Hunter Biden's laptop, then they were going to suspend you. You understand? There was a lot of things you couldn't talk about. There a lot of news suppression, and all the social media companies came together and they wanted Trump away. They wanted Biden to win by any means. You understand?
Yeah, but but that's the thing. Yeah, but there's another. I know Marx is trying as much as possible to push the free speech or whatever, but I know this even happens in Nigeria, even though maybe a lot of people haven't noticed it. Politics and hand in hand. Everybody and politicians, they end up buying at least a newspaper or radio or whatever outfit. They must try as much as possible to control the media. And that's just,
bro, that is what I think. That is what I think. Also, Elon is trying to do. Sorry, I think that line. I tweeted something about it too. Like Elon being the richest man in the world, you understand? He needs to be able to control the narrative to an extent too. Do you understand? By the biggest social media that controls the biggest narrative in terms of politics, in terms of pop culture. You understand? In terms of look at Elon Musk trying to buy social media and being tweeting recklessly. I'm going to buy Coca-Cola and put back the cocaine in it. You understand?
Yeah.
Did you see that tweet?
He doesn't care.
Did you see the tweet? You see that tweet? Like, how reckless can you be? Guy is. They no born Jeff Bezos. They no born any other billionaire may tweet that thing for their life. Elon Musk is playing on his own field at this point in time. It's not in those. It's not in they click on that and they don't like him. Jeff Bezos tweet something against him now the other day.
Yeah.
You understand? They don't like him. He's not in that group of billionaires.
Hold on, say that again. Jeff Bezos said something.
Jeff Bezos tweeted something against. Yeah, he tweeted something against him because there was a news publication tweeted something about Elon Musk, like him buying Twitter. The money is coming from China to an extent because of I don't forget how they connect that into China, right? Then this guy can't talk say what's this guy's name? Jeff Bezos now quoted that tweet and said something like this, like leaving the market square, having the Chinese people dictate what's happening in the market square. The market square is like Twitter. You understand? It's like he now said it's like having China dictate what's happening in the market square, something like that. That was the the overview of the tweet, right? Not in those exact words, but something like he said market square and China dictating what's happening there, right? So that is basically you coming to hate on China. Coming to hate on Elon Musk right away, you understand? Coming to accuse him of some dumb shit because you don't like him, because he's not in your group of billionaires, you understand? He's not in your group of, he's not doing none of that shit with you guys. He's doing his own thing individually. So I feel safe. You see how he's calling out the left right now, the Democratic left, the far left, he's calling them out seriously on Twitter every day. Putting out memes on memes, because him they play on his own, and that is the kind of safety net I want for me. And I see, maybe this is me being selfish too, because I'm seeing somebody that my views align with his views, you understand? In politics and in life, you understand? So I kind of hey, I fuck with this guy because he thinks kind of how I think. He supports my and there's nothing when I don't see when Elon Musk talk, when I don't feel like, okay, there's like a point in this dude is smart. He's a genius. Let's not even act like he's not a genius. I've seen him on Joe Rogan's podcast like 10 times. No, not 10 times, like 3 times.
This thing just made me think, and I realized he's the only billionaire to go on the Joe Rogan podcast and actually smoke a blunt.
Fucking smoke a blunt, and his stock fell immediately after that thing. And bro, how is this man still the richest man in the world right now? His stock went back the fuck up because nigga is smarter than everybody around him. Let's not act like he's not a genius. He's a genius, man. This guy's a genius. This guy, they talk he was talking about how his brain works, like how his thought process is, right? And they tell you, say there's something special about him. When even Joe Rogan talks to this guy might just be an alien. Maybe the alien send him here to come do something, because
Joe Rogan used to say that,
like this guy might just be an alien, because how this guy mind work is weird, because they say him every time in the think, every time, I don't have, my brain doesn't have a moment of rest. And it actually shows in that Joe Rogan's podcast, because this guy, they lose attention easily, you understand?
Yeah.
They lose attention easily because brain juggling from here to here. How many things you need to run? You are going from SpaceX to Tesla, you understand? To what's it called? What's all the your what's it called? Neuralink. I've been waiting the name of that link, you understand? You have to do you are running all these multi-billion-dollar companies, you understand? And you are just this single man.
Yeah,
But like, I mean, he's not doing it all by himself. He has also management. But like, you have to be that young and to be that smart to just jump your wealth, you jump in crazy bounds.
Yeah, but that's what.
Go on.
Yeah, but he doesn't follow the norm. He's not the stereotypical billionaire. For example, most of the billionaires, once they become these are people that their names will do this. It's not his thing. I'm not saying, but you won't see them at it's not something he's known for. You see what I mean? But to clean their image, they want to maintain their.
Do you understand? They're looking for perfection, and you know what? I trust him too. Sorry, all of them are looking for this perfection, this purity that, like, or not necessarily purity. Like, he doesn't care about that. They told him to bring money to come and end world hunger, and he said he promises $6 billion if bring a concise, like, framework or whatnot to end world hunger, that he's pledging them that money, and nobody came up with nothing.
Because he knows they can't come up with that plan. That's the truth.
Because he knows all these things. You people are thieves. All of you are thieves. Let's leave all this nonsense talk and start pretending like you are thieves.
Yeah.
You think world hunger, people are not living off of world hunger. You think people are not living off of homelessness? Do you know the budget on homelessness, that you need to sustain it? People need to sustain it so that they're making money off of it. Because the budget, like I heard about in California, that people that are working in the homelessness, to take care of homelessness in California, because it's like they have hundreds of thousands of homeless people in California. People that are working in those places are earning, a couple of them are earning $250,000 a year, $250,000 for just working in the homeless department. You understand? How are you going to? That means they need to sustain this thing so it can become a permanent lifetime job. You understand?
Yeah.
If I can be earning $250,000 every year to just be for homeless people, to just be, to just be acting like I'm doing something for you people while I'm not doing nothing for you people.
Yeah. But maybe because he's a free bird. That's why he wants a free speech where anybody can say and be themselves. Because a lot of people, just like you said, a lot of people are right, and it's annoying. For example, you could be talking to somebody and this thing is A, but because the person wants to be seen in a good light, the person will even deny you.
That's the thing. That's one thing. That's law of divide and conquer that our political elites have initiated amongst us. You understand? The ruled class. They do this division thing that they need to keep us divided. They work their best to keep us divided because we need to be divided. You understand? For them to be able to rule us. So in that division, we create tribes amongst ourselves. You understand? In that creating of those tribes, you don't want to offend your tribe. You see things, you see things and you actually support those things that you see. But because of you don't want to offend your tribe on social media, because we have this social currency or these social points we gain by, hey, I'm a good person to other people, strangers that I don't give a fuck about, strangers that are not feeding you. You understand? You want to look good for them to score social points. I don't understand. And these social points, they don't even translate to your finances. I don't know what they translate to. So why do you need to look good for strangers? I don't understand. But we have been so weakened mentally that everybody, like online, just, we build this tribe. We, in our tribes, we are echoing in our tribe, lying to ourselves that we are correct about this. Without knowing that somehow, we are all just wired, like we are all pawns. Until we realize that we are pawns in a game for these elites. You understand? Yeah. It's a power tussle for them, and we are pawns, and they rule us. Do you not understand that people have the power to actually do whatever they want to the citizens? You understand? If people understand the amount of power the government have over us.
Yeah. But like you said, I don't think it's just the government. I know the government tries as much as possible to control a lot of things, but I think humans in this new dispensation, this new generation, I feel like a lot of people are so sensitive. Like, so any little thing a lot of people are so scared to actually give their opinions these days. Everything is so sensitive. You might actually say, okay, for example, you know how, let's say just think about this. Imagine you are Elon Musk is not Elon. He tweets something like, and I'm going to put cocaine in it. Just imagine he's not Elon Musk. What don't you think the person will be under scrutiny for just saying that? Think about
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Elon Musk, you see why I said same people start playing different class. When you there's certain level of power or level of probably this in Elon Musk in his own case, money and power, because now the man wields influence, you understand?
yeah,
He has
yeah,
power to do whatever he like, he can say whatever the fuck he wants to say. Because I'm an
yeah,
advocate for free speech. What he was doing was not really just it was him just testing out the kind of free speech I have for myself. You
yeah,
know, so I can say stuff like this. Why do you not want to say stuff like this? Do you not want to say stuff like this?
yeah,
Do you understand? If I can say it because I
yeah,
have this level of power, do you not want to say it and nobody is beating you up about you just saying your mind? I feel like the guy is so calculated in whatever he does. You know, he's so calculated that he's over is either counseling and whatnot. He's over that line right now. So yes, my brother, thanks. It's been a great one, right?
yeah, yeah. But
In summary,
because of time, yeah. But do you have any closing remark? Like, what do you think about free speech? Do you
okay,
think
my
it's
thing is,
something we should embrace, or do you think it's something we should? We should. I know you mentioned we should embrace it, but how do you think we can actually checkmate it? How do you, any closing
it
remark
feels like
about that?
it feels like I might have came off like I contradicted myself today by saying
Yeah,
like I want free speech, yet I want the government to step in and regulate it. You know. But then it is a process for the government to regulate free speech, which means the government would determine what is violation and reports you to Twitter for Twitter to take action, not Twitter just taking action. Do you understand? That's what I'm saying. And I know the government we have,
yeah,
or the government most people have, our government don't pay attention to shit like that. You understand? Except it is that serious, and only serious matter gets to the government that the government take action on, or maybe the government will set up committees that say, "Hey, listen, we are going to be on social media reporting to Twitter who we want dealt with." You understand? And they might review it and determine they have the final say. Do you understand? Or something like that. But I do not believe in just giving Twitter the free will and the power to just determine whatever. I don't think they are in that position, because there can be
yeah,
organizations that are that are money oriented, that are profit oriented. You understand? So they can be corrupted by any other bigger corporations. You understand? To further their own agenda by shutting people down against them. Certain people spoke against the vaccine then, on Twitter, and it was clamped down on seriously, and they shut those people down. If you spoke against the vaccine, then who gave them that power? You understand? Who gave Twitter that power to say, you don't have? Are they the scientists? You don't have a say, or you do not know enough to speak about the vaccine. Do you understand?
yeah,
So it gets dangerous when
yeah,
you give corporations power, because then the people that are making the vaccine might have corrupted Twitter. You understand? They Pfizer. I don't even want to go into this rabbit hole. It's another big topic. So let's just round it up here. So
yeah, but
in a nutshell, I just
yeah,
feel like I want what Elon Musk is doing, and what I said right now. He already proposed something like that. Like the government has, there's a rule of law everywhere, so they'll probably will determine what free speech is or not
yeah,
individuals on Twitter, or Twitter as a corporate organization anymore.
yeah,
So yeah, that's
yeah,
why I round it up.
yeah. Well, I would still say really, really important, but like I said, there should be a way to check what people are actually saying, because if not, if you don't do that, it's going to be chaos. But still, the question now remains: who are fit enough to actually checkmate and regulate what to be put out there? Because the power will determine how will determine things you see on social media and how they are created and things you end up seeing. Because once you give people power, if they feel like it doesn't suit their own agenda, they'll block you off. So how do you
Do you,
actually?
and we've seen a lot of it lately. There's been a lot,
Yeah,
plenty cases of
they'll
it. There's
block you.
been plenty cases of it. At a
They will
point,
block you off.
I felt like what was happening to me was somebody on Twitter, a Nigerian on Twitter, knowing me, you understand, and personally just realized it because every time I came back on Twitter, there was this buzz, and they just block me. I heard something like that, but I'm not even gonna just take it like, it's really that valid, I might not be that important. But people take volition to take action against whoever they find offensive personally, not necessarily. And you have all these youngers out there that are sensitive and have all these their own woke ideologies. You cannot trust them with power, You don't trust them with that kind of power to determine who says something or who is right about saying things or not. They might be vaccinated if they are not vaccinated, or they might be unvaccinated. And somebody is coming out there spreading one thing that they don't like about vaccination or not vaccine, something, they can take the volition to just block the person off by themselves. So I'm not comfortable with just having regular people working for Twitter having that kind of power against the masses.
Okay. Well, on that note, this is what we're going to round off today, and hopefully we'll do this again.
No, we should do this some other time and talk about something else, man. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the madness going on in the world.
Yeah. We'll talk about something about. It was really, really important that we actually shed more light on this, because free speech and our sensitivity and how people are always fighting on social media is a problem. Everybody is so sensitive that people are always fighting, and it's something that it's good talked about it, because any small
and at the end of the day, I would like the audiences to, like, if there's does this do we have like a comment? There's a way to comment on this thing that you can see responses from this. I'd like to see people's responses, actually, to see what they feel about free speech or not. I need to interact with the listeners too, to see how they feel about free speech or not. We need to actually if they felt I've said something, in this podcast that they might not agree with, it's okay. I'd like to learn new ideas. I'm open-minded, and if they present better arguments too, I could change. I'm not bound to any ideas, you understand? If you present better arguments, I would actually go to because ideas are actually dangerous, and you don't stick yourself to them, no matter how good they might seem at the point. When there comes better arguments, you need to be able to be flexible. That's how we learn and be better. So if there's any way in this argument that somebody sees something that is better, and I feel like, you have a better argument here, I totally go with it. So that's my point.
I'll try as much as possible to see how we can actually inculcate that into this. Well, anyway, this is what we're going to end today, and thank you, Ferdinand, for coming on the show, and we'll talk.
It's my pleasure, my brother. It's my pleasure. Anytime, my brother. Anytime, my brother. Sometimes it's healthy to vent.
Definitely. All right, thank you so much.
All right, man. Bless you, man. We'll have a good one. Bye, everybody.